Hi everyone, I'm Victoria from Finsweet and I'm joined here with Rohan.
Hello, everybody.
And we're excited because in this video, we're going to share with you how we use Notion for all internal operations. We're going to do a walkthrough and we're also sharing a clonable at the bottom of the description. So check it out.
That's effing sweet.
First, when we were talking about this session, Rohan and me, he was telling me that before being on Notion, we were on ClickUp. When I joined Finsweet, we were already on Notion, so I didn't know about the transferring part from ClickUp to Notion. So Rohan, what about you tell us how do we change from ClickUp to Notion and why was Notion a better option?
Sure, yeah. And I remembered earlier today that maybe I should give a backstory to the backstory.
Okay.
So before ClickUp, we were on Slack and we used Airtable. And I think that's about it. Like the company, it wasn't as big. So this was about 2.5 or 3 years ago. Everything was managed on Slack. And then a lot of people started coming in, and we felt a need to have one location for all communication and all documentation. We researched, and ClickUp felt like a great option. It has so many features, and it seemed that it could replace a lot of applications. We used it for a while, but it turns out it became overwhelming and confusing.
Okay.
There is so much to do in ClickUp. It's it became difficult to grasp everything and to make the best use of it. So then we decided to move to a different platform that was simple. And Notion does that. It's simple and easy to use and serves the exact purpose that we are looking for. So that's the full story.
Nice. And do you think that when you started with Notion, was it difficult to learn how to use it?
Not at all. It's very user friendly. You can pretty much do everything by using the slash command and go through all of the features. So yeah, it's very beginner friendly, and it has features um, that can help build some complex processes.
Yeah. Yeah, I feel the same way. Even if Notion is a little bit easy to understand at the beginning, when you want to do more things and you start to do some tables, some sort of different things, either for community or agency, you realize there's a lot to the Notion that you don't know. There's a lot of Notion that offers you that I don't know how to do. Like even right now, I see Rohan doing some tables and organizing, and I always ask him how he did them. So right now we're gonna share some of the stuff that Rohan created so we can have everything super organized.
So at Finsweet, we're mainly divided into three departments. So that would be agency, where we do client work. Then we've got products, and of course the community side. So we knew that we needed these three pages moving on. Apart from that, we've got this technical. So these are resources, in-house resources that we create to use on client projects or any other internal projects. So it's like, I guess, a prototyping department, and then general, just company stuff for everyone to access. And that's how we ended up with these main 5 categories for Notion. Starting off agency, I think this is the most interesting bit. We'll cover these three, and we'll have 2 more sessions for Finsweet Billable and Project Management Office. This one will be held by Magdalena from Finsweet. Okay, so we've got multiple statuses. So that's just to communicate internally at what stage a project is at. So as soon as there is initial contact made, we put that in. Maggie can better explain all of these. So we've got contract pending, so contract fixed, ongoing. So this is where project work has already started. And when it's completed, we move on to that. Inactive is when work is done, but and we wait to see if the client has more work for us to do. During that time, the project is marked inactive. And on hold is the project is on hold because of any issue there may be. Contract type is simple. It tells the type of contract we have, the project manager that's assigned to the project, the team that's working on the project, and the link to the Webflow subdomain. So when we start a project, we've got a template. Let's put in test. And we add the template. It takes a few seconds for it to appear. And okay, so here the project manager would put in the project scope, everything that was discussed during the sales calls and that is relevant to building the project is added here. Checklists like deliverables, like the Figma files, the content, all of that goes here. And the launch checklist. So just before the launch, we've got a reminder for the Webflow dev on what they need to do. So this is the bit where we share with the client. So all the 3 pages that you see here is shared with the client. And that's essentially how they can put in information to share with the team. So I'm not sure what I can explain here because everything is very self-explanatory.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, and all these checklists that you guys see, it's totally you can decide what to put in there. This is what we have noticed with time, the checklist that we would like to go through before we send a project to a client or anything, but you can totally personalize this.
Yeah, that's a good point. Okay. And then finally, we've got the testimonial where we ask the client to share what they'd like, what they think about the project. I think the coolest part about this page is the JavaScript tickets. This is essentially a linked table to another page. So when a Webflow dev needs help, custom code help, they can add a new ticket here. And when they do that, this setup will automatically tag the project. So as you can see, it's named test, but it's automatically tagged here because that's a relationship that's, it's like a linked record for this database. And when I go over to JS tickets, it appears here. And do you have any questions?
And how did you link it? Yes, I want to know, because here the good part is that you're an advanced level on Notion, and I'm in between beginner and intermediate. So if you can just explain a little bit, how did you created it? How did you link it? Just so if in any case anyone wants to do it, so they know a little bit how to create it.
So this here is a database, and / you can create a new table database. And then we can create a linked table just underneath that. Okay, no, I think it's table view, and then we select which one that is. We put in the name of the table. I think it was plus.
Let's test. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. So this is linked to that. So when I create something here, it will appear there. There you go.
Cool. And it can be in different pages, right? As you were sharing
Yes.
before.
So exactly. So we have that in the template for client projects. So let's say we go into Tesla and I'm working on this and I have a question. So I would just come in and engine repair. This is now auto tagged because there is a linked relation to the JavaScript ticket.
Okay.
And that would directly appear in here. The reason we've got 2 different tables is because we have 2 different teams. We've got the client JS technical team who help all the Webflow devs with custom code solutions. And Webflow devs are working on Webflow projects, not on JS tickets. So Webflow devs would be working in here, and JavaScript devs would be working in this page. So in this page, they have an inbox view. So every time a new ticket is created, they get an entry here. They open it. So we've also got templates to each one. So is it a bug fix? Is it a feature or an insight? So if it's a bug fix, then they need to add all of this information. You can then select the priority level, the due date, and this formula will calculate the waiting time based on when the ticket was created and when it was updated last. So we've got another property that says updated. So the formula is calculating the time between when it was created and when the last action was taken. Based on that, we know the number of minutes or hours that a person has been waiting for a ticket, and then the JS dev can prioritize on that. They assign themselves here.
Can we,
And
before we
as
move forward, Rohan, I'm sorry, before we move forward, can you show us the formula on that column? Like how to
yeah,
add
sure.
it?
So edit property. And yeah, this is something that I Googled. I don't really write custom code, but you can find these solutions on the internet.
Nice. So you will add that code there for the formula to work.
Mm-hmm.
Okay,
Yeah, so
cool.
that code would essentially help us get the waiting time. And then it's essentially communicated between people, between the teams using the status field.
Mm-hmm.
And every JS dev would need to add in their billable hours for us to invoice the client. We've got another
Okay.
tool that we built using Wist called Finsweet Billable. We'll do another session on that. So there's a view as a reminder for the JS dev to put in the hours. And
Okay.
all tickets are logged in here. It's nice to have this setup because if there was an issue that had previously occurred, then people can refer to a solution that they had previously created, and that will just help us fix the issue at hand. So it's like a knowledge base, an internal knowledge base. And if there are a lot of issues that are commonly occurring, then we use that resource to create, let's say, a Finsweet hack or a Finsweet tool
Okay.
for the rest of the community. So that's how the mindset is behind this setup here.
Okay. What else do we have in agency?
And then we've got the client's guide. So these are just commonly asked questions, what they need to know. So we've collected all that information, put it in here on this space. These video links, they head over to YouTube for clients to get more information. The image formats that we are looking for, all the things that they need to do or don't are all here.
And we are sharing this document, right? This page for
Yes,
everyone who's watching. Okay.
yes,
Cool.
we will share everything. The whole thing is made clonable for the team, for the community.
Nice. I think that one will be
Okay.
super helpful.
Moving on, there's not really much for products and technical because we've got a lot of internal information in here, but basically we've got a database for all the products here.
Mhm.
And we've then added more information in each page. So we use everything that Notion offers to build out resources for communication and coordination in the team. So again, not much to show in the products database and the technical database.
Nice. And before moving forward on the agency and products, all of these pages that you're sharing, is something of this also shared with the clients or not?
No,
Do
not
they-
at all.
Not at all.
The
Okay.
only pages that are shared with the clients are inside of every project. We get these standard set of pages.
Mhm.
So these are the two, and then the third page at the end. These are the three pages that are shared with the client during
Okay.
the project. Yeah. But everything else is just for Finsweet.
Yeah. And also just the sharing part on Notion, it's a little bit tricky. Like you have to know what page are you sharing because then they will have access to all the shelf pages inside that one. Can
Yes,
you
that's a
explain a
very
little
good
bit
point.
that, please?
Sure, you go in here, you add in the email address of a client, And then you can change permission on what a person can do. So normally it would be a comment or an edit permission for the client. And I believe Notion offers unlimited guest access. And if the client wants to share it internally among the team, then we can just publish it to the website. So you get the link, and that's just a direct link which can be shared with anybody, which is a view only.
Nice. Yes, because I've heard a lot of comments, and also it has happened to me that I get nervous how to share. Like if I share this, will everyone will able to see or not? Because if I share, for example, the Apple page, then all the other pages inside Apple, the person will be able to see them, right?
No, that's
Or
not the
no?
case. It's if it's the Apple page, then yes,
Okay.
you would see everything. But if you're sharing the tasks and milestones and anything that's in here, the only I guess the confusing bit for me is with the link tables, because if you have a link table that's attached to something that's somewhere else, the client may, or that person may get information to everything that's on the original table, if that makes sense.
Okay. Yeah, it makes sense.
And now I think it's time for community.
Awesome. I'm taking over now.
Okay.
So I want to explain how we have community organized. We have different type of contents. We have the Finsweet Plus sessions. We have the meetings with all of you, with all the Finsweet Plus users. We have also tutorial videos. We have live streams of Finsweet, and now new we have with live streams and with tutorials and everything. So we're one community team, and with all the content that needs to be released, we need to be a little bit more organized, because then we won't achieve the deadlines we have. So we created a content calendar. Please click on the content. Yeah, thank you. We did a column that is for category for us to know which topic is this related to. It's going to be a Finsweet Plus session. It's going to be a live stream. If it's going to be a Wiz tutorial, what is it going to be? We add the name and the status. The status is important for all the community team, so we can be on sync on where we are with that content, and also with the author of the content. I'm going to explain a little bit further this. For example, if Rohan is doing a tutorial video that he wants it to be released on YouTube, he adds it here, and then he goes to production and design. On the column that says tag responsible, they will tag Gabe, Max, me, or Matisse, someone from the community team. So we know that this has to be released, that we have to start producing this video. We have to start doing all the thumbnail or the assets, all the produced and edit version for it to be released on YouTube. Our goal always is to have it ready from within 1 week of we receive it, but it also depends on the workload we have. But that's why we have a column for live production date, the one that says March 2nd, 2023. This column is the day we receive like the raw material for the produced version of a video, or that day the live stream is going to happen. And as you can see, we have another column that says YouTube release date plus time. And that is the day we have the goal to releasing the content, either the Finsweet Plus session that was produced or a tutorial video, etc. And then the column that you see of assets ready, this is because Matisse helps us with all the thumbnails and all the part of the design of the content we release. So this is for us to know that everything's ready. We go to Dropbox, download it, and upload it to YouTube. And it's been, while we're moving forward, it's been really important to be organized, because as I said, now Wiz is also doing live streams. So we're having a lot of content. And if you're not organized, maybe we won't have it ready. And our goal is to release the Finsweet Plus sessions 1 week after on YouTube for everyone to be able to watch it. We also have another views that it's production, what's on production, and what's already in YouTube. So we can filter it, and we don't have to go through all the columns to see which one is on what status. Now going back to community. Finsweet Plus sessions, everything you need to know. So what we try to do here is to be as communicative as possible. Since we're all remotely, it's sometimes a little bit difficult to understand how it's going to happen, what is expected on the Finsweet Plus session, what needs to be done, etc. So we created a big guide that explains everything, how to share the screen on Zoom, what will be available on Zoom, a little bit help of how to do the intro, how to do the outro. We go through everything on this explanation. And we also try to meet 1 day or 2 days before with the host, just so we're sure that the person knows everything, if they have any questions, so we can answer them, etc. We know that on content and on all the teams, communication is basically the key. So that's why we try to be as clear as possible and as helpful as possible, so the host feels comfortable while doing the Finsweet session. We also have community tickets. So the community tickets is also for someone when someone requests something. For example, we're going to do a live stream and we want to share a presentation with assets of the topics we're doing. So the host of the live stream will ask Matisse for help on this. We're also going to share this table for you guys to have it. They're going to include the name, a description. We suggest a Loom video. It's not required, but we suggest it so we can release as exactly as possible of what they're asking. We will notify the person. There we will tag Matisse, or if we need to do a production video, we're going to tag Gabe or Max. Then we have the status. The status, we added design, that it's Matisse, editing, that it's Gabe, and then hand that off to me, that we will schedule and release it on YouTube. And then we have priority. Priority is a really important column because sometimes we have content that it's not as urgent as other things to release. So even if we're working on some videos and then we receive something that needs to be released that same week, we would reprioritize and put that one as a first priority if it's urgent, and then continue with the other ones. And yeah, on the other columns, you will see the due date and the Dropbox URL. Now we're moving forward on community, that it's a big part of it is affiliate links. So Rohan is really good at this. He understands it perfectly. If you have questions, share them with him, so he can explain a little bit better how does with this work and how do we use it, Rohan?
Sure. So we have registered with a lot of companies, Webflow predominantly, to share resources using affiliate links. They help us get revenue. It's a nice form of passive income. So with Webflow, for example, when we share a clonable, we'd normally share it with a URL like this, finsweet.info. So when you see that, you know it's an affiliate link. With Webflow, it opens a 90-day cookie, and if the person who clicks that affiliate link makes a purchase in Webflow within those 90 days, then we earn 50% of that income for 12 months. So we've created a lot of resources and we have organized them all in Notion. So these are the links that we share publicly, and these are the destination links. And everything is listed here for all the Finsweet devs to come in, take the link and add it to any clonable resource that was built. We use Rebrandly to get insights for each affiliate link, such as where it was clicked, using what device, how many times, because PartnerStack doesn't offer as much insights into link tracking.
Yeah, and affiliate marketing, it's big. Rohan was the one that started it, and now it's something really big as part of the community and the agency.
Yes, I would definitely encourage you to create more resources, because eventually, as people find them useful, the affiliate income grows and there is a good margin of revenue. I can't really disclose the numbers, but it's nice.
Yeah, it's a good way to make some income and some revenue. And whenever you add affiliate links or you send an email and you add the word Webflow, you can add your affiliate link to the word Webflow. And whenever someone presses on it, you will get some revenue, some income. So it's a really good way of doing. And once you understand it, it's pretty easy. So continuing with company, the way we have it organized, all the documents we use internally, we have a document for our brand guidelines on our assets. So we can all have a document to reach out to if we have any questions or of how to share the logo, how to put it, all our brand guidelines, etc. We have other pages that we use a lot. For example, we have mission, vision, values. We have the vacation policy. We also have another one that it's the team on meetings. Here we have the agenda for the meetings we have. So here at Finsweet, we have one meeting monthly. It's the first Wednesday of the month. And we try to meet all of us together. Even if we have some meetings with our teams, we have to have once a month to share the updates of everything. So how the community is doing, how agency is doing, the technical team, product team, WITs, etc. So this is the column for the team all meetings. And a new page that we created, it's a guide for new employees. So as shared before, when someone joins, you can feel really lost, who to reach out to, who to ask questions. There's many channels in Slack. Which one should I go to? So we create a guide that it's really cool, that explains everything at Finsweet. And when someone joins, we send that guide. And then I get on a call with them just to make sure everything's clear. And if they have any questions, we can share a little bit more of the guide, a sneak peek. I'm gonna add some different before sharing the Cloneable maybe, so you guys can see how did we organize it. We added some GIFs, some images to make it a little bit fun while the new employees are reading it. And then we have a book, a one-on-one call with Joe. So we try not to have that many meetings, and meetings here are not something that you need to attend to. The only one we ask is the one, as I shared before, the one that it's one per month. But we're always open to book a one-on-one call with anyone in the team. And Joe also shares a Calendly, so whenever wants to schedule a call with them, also Jay. So everyone is really open to having the calls. And this is the way we organize the part of company. Some other commonly used, as we said, we have Slack. We have different channels. We have private, and we have a lot of public ones. I'm going to share some examples. We have a public one that it's called Help How To, where anyone has any questions to do something for a client project, or how an attribute works, or anything, they can share it there. We have Help Technical, product updates, team new people. Like even if a lot of channels are work related, we also have cool channels like Team New People, where the new ones present themselves, and we give that like a warm welcome, and we start to get to know each other with the new ones. And we have another one that is Share Random. That's personally one of my favorites, Share Random. Sometimes someone travels and they send pictures there. And the last time we had someone from the team sharing some pictures of a zoo he went. I think it was in Kenya. And it was really impressive. It was really cool to see those pictures. And we have that Team All. So that Team All, it's a private channel. And there's where we share like big wins of Finsweet, or when we have an event of Finsweet, or team, or team meetings. Or for example, we're planning our next team hangout so we can meet in person, all of us, and we just done like a voting so we can decide where are we going. So that Team All is constantly used for things that involves all the team, and we want everyone to know. We also use different tools, and if you guys are curious
Victoria, sorry to cut you off, but I wanted to add, in Slack we've got a really cool naming convention for all the channels. So every time we get a client project, we create 2 channels. So let's say we work with Tesla, right, from the previous example. So we would have fs-for-tesla. So that's the naming convention, fs-for, and then name of the company. And then a second channel that is internal-tesla. So any internal communication for the Finsweet team would happen in the internal channel. With the client, that would happen in the FS channel. When we come up with a product idea, we have the product as the prefix, product dash client first, product dash whiz dash marketing dash customer support, something like that. If we are going to create a clonable resource, that's normally with a power dash. So it would be power dash, I guess, attributes, and then or recommended. Yeah, recommended is a website we built recently. That would be there. And for all the and then there is the help series. So help JS, help CSS, help how to. So we help technical.
Yeah,
I think we have something like that. And then for all the random channels, it starts with X. So X cryptocurrency, X football. Yeah,
and it's really good to have them organized so you don't feel lost and you can find them easily. Also in our community Slack, we have it like that. Like if you can see all the public channels start with com, and all the private channels for the Finsweet Plus users start with plus. So yeah, we try to also use the naming convention on our public Slack. And other tools we use Deal. Deal, we use it for all the contract part. We use Panda Docs. We use Google for email or for meetings. And we're also using right now Zoom for meetings. As we shared before, we also use Loom to communicate and to share some messages, some videos, or or anything instead of having a meeting. That's why we use Loom for.
Hey guys, thank you for joining.
Thank you for joining us today, and see you in the next session. The next session, I'm gonna be joined with Magdalena, and we're gonna talk about project management and communication using Notion and Slack. If you like this type of content, please let us know. You can also help us with a like and subscribe. See you at the next one. Bye bye.